What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, it's Sheila from One Pretty Little Box, but you knew that because you clicked on the link and you saw the name. Well, you saw One Pretty Little Box. You might not have seen Sheila, but now you know. Hi, how are you? If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. You guys, it's Thursday, and most times on Thursday I hit a wall. I hit an energy wall. But I think because I had a rough beginning in the beginning of the week, I have regained that energy back. And yesterday I told you guys I tackled the garage. Well, today I took all the stuff to the dump. Oh my gosh, my Explorer was full. Done. I'm glad it's done. Now I don't have to do it over the weekend. I have a lot to do still that I want to do before spring break, and that's I have a week and then we'll have spring break. So yeah, I don't want to spend my whole time on spring break working in the house. I mean, yeah, I'll do my stuff, but I want to enjoy some time, you know. Pumpkin here's my sidekick, but he's gonna stay over there, I think. You might see a flash of orange here in a minute when he demands some attention. Right now, he's giving me the cold shoulder. I think he spies a bird. Hold on, I'm trying to peek. I think he might be spying a bird out there. Who knows? Cats are crazy. I really don't know what I want to do a video on to chat with you guys about. I was reading in that book that I started reading, kind of gave you a little bit on the other day, Waking the Giant by Tony Robbins, and I'm on chapter 2 and it talks about decisions. And I actually listened to a podcast, well, one of his videos that was on YouTube, but it's a podcast, this morning on the way to work as well, and I'm just a little bit intrigued. It sounds so simple sometimes, you know, when you listen to these people who are so highly successful and so good at what they do, and you think, oh, I want to do that. Teenage voice. I want to do that. I want to be successful like that. I'd love to change lives, millions and millions of lives like he has. I look up to him as a mentor, even though I've never met him face to face. But, and then you stop and think, oh, I could go back in time and watch his life, because really his life changed in a year from one extreme to the next, and that's just intriguing to me. It's very interesting. And I get it in the chapter that I'm in, you know, because he's talking about decisions. Let me go get that, because I'm going to quote just a little bit, not a lot. I want you guys to go get the book and read it with me. That would be wonderful. Let me go grab it real fast. Again, the book is Awaken the Giant Within, and it is by Tony Robbins. I think now he goes by Anthony Robbins. Ooh. And it's funny because in the book, beginning of this chapter, he's talking about how the decisions we make now kind of change the future for us, you know? But not to get too boggled down into that. Kind of like have the guts to make a decision and live with it. Let it empower you to take action, not just make a decision. There's so much here I want to quote, but here is, it says, what's important is to decide you will find a way no matter what. In Unlimited Power, I outlined what I call the ultimate success formula. You got a pen and paper? Write this down. Which is an elementary process for getting where you want to go. And the first thing you need to do is decide what you want. The second thing is take action. Third is notice what's working or not. And 4, change your approach until you achieve what you want. And this morning, what I was listening to, he was talking about kind of the same thing, but he, you know, he always talks about RPM. And whenever he says, whenever he goes into a meeting, he always, the very first question he asks after they say hello and kind of go through the nonchalant kind of things, he always says, what's the outcome of this meeting? Not what do you have to say, not who has what to say, not details. What's the outcome? Pretty smart, because then once you know the outcome, then you can go and get to the point, you know? And it's kind of, it says making a true decision means committing to achieving a result and then cutting yourself off from any other possibility. Let's say you choose to drop 10 pounds. 10. That's the outcome. Is being 10 pounds lower in your weight than you are today. Okay? Once you do that, then you're committed to it. You're committed to achieving that. And that's what he talks about in this chapter, is once you make a decision, you have to commit to it. No wishy-washiness. I highlighted, it says, after making a true decision, even a tough one, most of us feel a tremendous amount of relief. We've finally gotten off the fence, and we all know how great it feels to have a clear, unquestioned objective. I told you would see some orange fur. Move, buddy. Where are you going? Come on. No one wants to see your legs. You're not a model. Come on. Okay, well, you're going to see part of him and part of me. How about that? I kind of chuckled when I read. It says, we've got flabby decision-making muscles, and that is so true. We're scared to make decisions. It says the way to make better decisions is to make more of them. And there's 3 decisions that control your destiny. This is what I wanted to share. 1, it says your decision about what to focus on. 2, your decisions about what things mean to you. And 3, your decisions about what to do to create the results you desire. It says, you see, it's not what's happening to you now or what happened in the past that determines who you become. Rather, it's your decisions about what to focus on, what things mean to you, and what you're going to do about them that will determine your ultimate destiny. Know that if anyone is enjoying greater success than you in any area, they're making these 3 decisions differently from you in some context or situation. It's pretty interesting. Oh yeah, and then it goes in and it talks. It says, although you may never have even thought about it, your brain has already constructed an internal system for making decisions. This system acts like an invisible force, directing all of your thoughts, actions, and feelings, both good and bad, every moment that you live. It controls how you evaluate everything in your life, and it's largely driven by your subconscious mind. The scary thing is that most people never consciously set the system up. Instead, it's been installed through the years by sources as diverse as parents, peers, teachers, television, advertisers, and the culture at large. This system is comprised of 5 components. 1 is your core beliefs and unconscious rules. 2, your life values. 3, your references. 4, the habitual questions that you ask yourself. And 5, the emotional states you experience in each moment. The synergistic relationship of these 5 elements exerts a force that's responsible for prompting you to or stopping you from taking action, causing you to anticipate or worry about the future, making you feel loved or rejected, and dictating your level of success or happiness. It determines why you do what you do and why you don't do some of the things that you know you need to. By changing any one of these 5 elements, whether it's a core belief or rule, a value, a reference, a question, or an emotional state, you can immediately produce a powerful and measurable change in your life. It's funny because the whole belief system in which we operate. That has been coming up in different conversations and videos and books that I'm reading. And it's making me question my own belief system and what I am believing, you know? How easy is it to believe, like we talked about the last time I shared part of this book, is we've got to let go of some of the things that we're taught if they're not something we truly believe. Just because your mama said it doesn't make it real. Just because the pastor said it doesn't make it real. Just because you heard it on TV, through the grapevine, from a neighbor, or your sweet sister, doesn't make it true. At one point in our lives, we have to decide what it is that we believe and why. Once you have that belief system, those are your core values. You know, you believe something and then your values are going to come off of that. I believe in a solid marriage, so of course my values are going to be those that enrich that marriage, you know, whether it be remembering to submit to my husband, because that is biblical. Whether it is for me to remember that sometimes it's not about me, it's not about him. Many times it's about both of us. But if I put him first, 9 times out of 10, it comes back around tenfold. You know what I'm saying? That is my core belief system. There are some things I'm questioning that in my own personal walk that I'm going to have to figure out. Things I've been told, interpretations I've been told, that I'm going to have to kind of dig deep and see, okay, what is it that Sheila sees in this? We all have our own internal interpretator, you know, because we're in this vast world full of different languages and communication levels and skills, and yet we have our own interpreter that is able to tell us exactly what something might mean to us. I was trying to think of how to explain it a different way. Like, okay, you know, I live in Texas. We call every soda a pop. I mean, a Coke, sorry. There are some areas that call sodas, and they call them, or pops, or soda water. My papa used to always call it soda water. We always call them Cokes. And that's even if it was a Dr. Pepper or Sprite or 7-Up, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. They're still a Coke. It's, hey, let's go to the store and get a Coke. I'm not going to actually get a Coke, though, 9 times out of 10. I'm going to get something else. But my own interpretation, when someone else says Coke, I don't assume that it means Coca-Cola. I assume that it means pop, soda water, soda, carbonated beverage. You know what I mean? So we all have our own internal interpreter. Sometimes that's great because we can find some understanding. Sometimes it's confusing because we miscommunicate with one another because we're not on the same level. My wish for you from taking away from this video is, as Tony had suggested, is to start making decisions. Go back through those questions, you know. Gotta read them again. I thought about sitting down and writing it for myself. Decide what you want. Take action. Notice what's working and change your approach until you receive what you want. What's your outcome? What do you want your outcome to be? Then you need to figure out why. Your decisions about what to focus on. What are you focusing on? Your decisions about what things mean to you. And your decisions about what to do to create the results you desire. If you are desiring a better marriage and relationship with your husband, well, you need to decide what you need to focus on. Well, you're going to focus on your marriage, right? Then you need to decide what it is, what things mean to you. You know, do you need a date night? Do you need more romance in your marriage? Do you need more physical affection? Do you need emotional support? What is it that you need? And then figure out how to get there. What's the outcome you're looking for? What's the outcome you're looking for? For me, for YouTube, for all my writing, the outcome that I'm desiring is not necessarily, sorry, gotta get a little cozy here, is not necessarily huge financial abundance, even though that's a byproduct of what I desire, right? My ultimate outcome is to touch millions and millions of lives and to help encourage and inspire you to love the life that you live now. Not wait 10 years from now, because we're not all given 10 years. A lot happens in 10 years. Kids are born in 10 years. You could buy a house and have it destroyed by a hurricane in those 10 years. You could buy a brand new car and wreck it in a week. But I want you to love your life today, right now, this very minute. That's my outcome, is to get you to understand that I want you to love your life right now, this minute, even if it's tough. If it's tough for you, guess what? It's going to be tougher for somebody else. Someone's always got it better than you, and someone's always got it worse than you. That's how it is for everybody. But love your life today. Know your outcome and start making better decisions to gear you towards that outcome that you want. We'll chat again tomorrow. See you then.